Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Japan Tier 1 Racing for Intrepid Racing League. And we're going to be in for a treat for qualifying because it is raining right now in Suzuka in Japan for this race. So we'll have a very interesting qualifying session today, as most of the drivers I'd be willing to bet money are going to be very vocal in the chat to as we're looking at getting a few more people in here as well. But a few drivers coming out on the pits. Looks like to be the Haas of Ben Arnold. But we'll follow along with Ben Arnold here today for this first lap of Suzuka. But we'll see how this qualifying session will shake out. This race, double checking again just for Doctor wants to get in here for Sauber, since nobody from Sauber is driving in Tier 1 tonight. Two Ziesen on a fast lap, dominated in Silverstone. Two Mark and Stampso, two following closely behind. Mark right behind Ziesen on track. Stampso in the Williams 2 behind him, as we see B-Dot coming on along track. HP2 coming on track, and the Ferrari of Speedy out on track, as well as the, believe that is the Alpine of Ted, Tier 3 driver, who I believe tonight is making his first ever debut Tier 1 as a reserve driver. But here is Ben Arnold here, and they're rocking in the basic, simple Haas livery tonight. He'll be the first one to set a provisional pole lap. Of course, here in the wet, rocking the intermediate tires. We'll get those tire data set up right here for everybody. Two. Oh, goes very wide. Probably will not take that lap as his first lap. Wonder if he'll keep using his battery. I doubt it. No, he's charging it. So we'll go down to Ziesen, rocking the white Red Bull, goes wide too. The Red Bull driver charging up his battery, which leaves Mark to be going on a fast lap. Seems to have gotten through turn 1 very cleanly, heading into the S's here in Sector 1 in Suzuka, following the TV pod along with him. Staying in 4th gear, though. Goes wide. This rain is messing everybody up today for lap time, as you see Ziesen letting him by too. But Stampso, our next one to set a livery, walking the beautiful Vegas livery 2, seems to have might be getting away very cleanly through the S's. Yes, making some move, the Williams driver. Two. As Toasty told me last night, even though it says purple sector in the game, that doesn't mean it's always right. Caution, sector 1. Looks like B-Dot getting out of the way of HP and Speedy. There, the Williams and Ferrari drivers. Here's Samso getting cleanly through the hairpin here in this his first qualifying lap here in Suzuka. Ben Arnold sets the provisional pole time of 1:43.177. Right now, he's most likely going an actual fast lap, as everybody here knows. That's the same thing with season 2. Was it there too, but was able to get onto pole with that 1:38.951. Caution sector 1, 2. Ferrari and Mark right behind Ben, 2. Red Bull Scoretti, excuse me. Following right along close right behind the Ferrari of his old teammate, Mark, but Stamso looking like to set the most realistic lap time here today. Right now, sets a time of a 1:45.64. So Ziesen's time, even though it went wide, must have been pretty decent too. So, but lots of people are on track. Looks to be HP will be the next one to cross the line, rocking the normal Williams livery here too. Out of deployment, low on gas too, but looks to be only getting in one lap in. As of now, coming across the line, puts himself right ahead of his teammate with a 1:39.1. There comes the Ferrari. Speedy splitting the Williams drivers with a 1:40.54, and then Ted too coming around the final portion, slots it right behind Stamso and the Williams. The McLaren of B-Dot to starting his was able to get a time on the board with a 1:58.284. Ben Arnold to behind the Alpine driver. Deployment has been used, so he went to go on for another lap. Here too, what time will he be able to set? Sets a pole time of a 1:37.41. The Haas driver, Mercedes driver 2 from Tier 2. Looks to be Scorenzi. That is not Scorenzi. Looks to be Ziesen coming across here, starting his lap. I believe that's a Ferrari. That's not Speedy, it's Mark. He's down a few tenths, though, not able, but does make some improvements for a 1:40.79. Ziesen, I think that's Ziesen. That's Ben Arnold. Ziesen, that is Scorenzi. Coming across the line with a 1:45.147. The Red Bull driver. I believe. Okay, so that's Stamso coming across. Oh, Stamso going wide, heading into the pits there too. Caught the brief ending of that to his teammates. To somehow on overtake mode, but not draining any of his battery. So that's very interesting. Doctor, I'll send you the invite here. Quickly, there you go, Doctor. Alpha HP getting in. It's too Speedy, starting another fast lap for him in the Ferrari. Looks to be B.2. Setting another lap with a 1:38.932. Crosses the line, not able to get in front of Ben Arnold, but holding Ziesen back a little bit. The former teammates less than 0.02 of a second splitting between those two. Ted comes across the line too. Leave the 1:42.83. Ben Arnold not able to improve on his time. There's a Red Bull though behind him. That is Ziesen. Ziesen about to come across the line, down on his time. Slots himself into the 1:37s with a 1:37.294. Ziesen inserting himself in this race, in this qualifying session right now, showcasing his dominance he's had so far in this league too. Scorenzi too, showcasing Red Bull dominance now too with a 1:37.870. Across the line, you see the Mercedes getting out of the way too. So, but Red Bull showing their hand here, very middle parts of the qualifying session here. Ziesen, that is a Ferrari. It looks to be coming across the line. That is Speedy. Speedy finishing up his fast lap here. Can he make something else to gain more on those Red Bulls? Going a little wide. Oh, loses it a little bit there too, so not able to improve. Actually, is able to improve. only by a little bit, though. Not enough, though, to improve himself up into the standings. Ted, though, down almost a full second on his time. Can he slot himself ahead of Mark? He cannot, but he's down on his time with a 1:41.34. Beat out there right behind him, wanting to do something, too. Doctor there, too, joining in. Very late, too, but got him involved. Ben Arnold splitting the Red Bull drivers with a 1:37.605. Caution, sector 1 looks to be Ted just getting out of the way of all the drivers ahead of him, too. That most likely is a Red Bull of Zizin, I think, coming across the line. Yes, Zizin coming across the line. The Mercedes of Hitch, or Franco, right in front of him. That's Franco, right in front of Zizin. Zizin is ahead of him. Getting out of the way of the Mercedes driver here. We'll follow along with Franco here, too. Him and Zizin have had their battles throughout this season, too, on the track and in the paddock, too. So these two drivers are going to be duking it out here today in Suzuka. The rain has stopped, though, shall I say. So track evolution could change, and we could see a lot more faster times now that the track is drying out, too. Will we see some people decide to go on hards at all after driving a few laps in the intermediates? Who knows? We shall see. Franco do a little Tokyo drift action, doing a little Lightning McQueen ka-chow, turn right to go left, if you know what I'm saying. Action going into the hairpin in Suzuka tonight. And coming around the corner where we saw Ollie Behrman, too, get in a bad crash, bad wreck in the real-life Suzuka track. Into Spoon. Coming out onto the long, fast, straight, flat out on the battery. Actually is not flat out on the battery, too. So very interesting tactic by the Mercedes driver. Probably just trying to get a time on the board for now. Here we go through the final chicane with the Mercedes driver cutting those curbs to having an exit on the battery to gets a time on the board with a 1:39.205. My goodness, my English is off. Looks to be Zizin possibly coming into the pits. No, that was Scarenzi coming into the pits. No, Zizin did come into the pits too, yes. A Ferrari too as well coming into the pits. Is that offline kids? No, it's not. That's Stamso out on track, slotting himself into P4 with a 1:30.101 too. Very rapid. Out on track. Ben Arnold might be on another fast lap. He's down 0.6. Can he break into the 1:36s now? Most likely is going to happen too today with this. So who knows how he can do. He's dropping almost a full second now. So this track evolution is definitely playing advantage to Ben Arnold right now. So we are going to see a wonderful battle here in qualifying tonight in Suzuka. Ben Arnold on a dry track with the intermediate tires comes across the line with a 1:36.36, almost a full second ahead of Zizin's time of 1:37.294. As we see a few cars too heading into the pits. Possibly no Ted going out another fast lap. Franco slots himself right behind Ben Arnold with a 1:37.238, just barely out edging Zizin for that second front row spot. To my Williams driver, Stamso too is adding time, but looks to be he's just going on another fast lap himself here today. But Doctor joining the session a little bit later here too, driving the Sauber today, setting a time on the board in the kick. Here he comes. What time will he have? A 1:39.0. But well done driving by Doctor in the Kick Sauber. Here tonight for qualifying session in Suzuka. But we had a little wet, little rain in the beginning. I think that's Hitch coming out of the pits now too. On an outlap it is. Wanting to get a time on the board. Ben Arnold heading into the pits. Franco, though, low on battery on a fast lap. 2:10 in front of him. Two most likely. Oh, Franco cutting the corner there, too. Invalidates that lap. Decides to head into the pits. To Ted. Does not improve, I don't think. Oh, he invalidated one of the other. Williams driver heading into the pitch. Oh, excuse me. Hitch, though, out on track. Doctor there, too. You see also out on track, the Sauber. But Hitch here still the only lone driver who has not set a time. Looks to be on soft tires, too. So Hitch will set, most likely, essentially, our first dry run of tonight in Suzuka with 2.5 minutes remaining in the session. You see a Red Bull coming out on track. Here, that is Scarenzi too. Coming out on track. So, but Hitch here, coming through the final chicane, riding around. Going to start his fast lap. We'll follow along with him. Here too, both Red Bull drivers out, Ziesen and Scarenzi too. Here comes the McLaren. DRS is now enabled, so we should be seeing a lot more faster laps now too. Oh, Hitch losing his rears there, going to the first part of the S's. As we take a look at him, going everybody clearing out the pit lane. Now that DRS is enabled too, most likely on those dry, soft tires too. As we head into the final minutes and seconds into this qualifying session here in Suzuka. Caution sector 2. Maybe Scarenzi may have had a spin up and spoon. Maybe pulling an Ollie Behrman, as one would say. Hitch coming through the hairpin. Gets through pretty cleanly. At least on the exit. Surprised he's not using his battery. Maybe saving his tires for another fast lap. Looks to be that would be the case. So everybody on an outlap except Ted. Ted the only one remaining in the pits. So, but Scarenzi will be the... So based off of that, Hitch will set ourselves a time on board, but Hitch not going full out speed through that. So Scarenzi will be the first one to start a fast lap here on dry tires. I don't know why it's not... I believe it's on dry tires. Okay, yeah, that's what we were looking for. Tires. There we go. Okay, everybody out on soft tires, as we can now all see. Because I was wondering, like, why was it still showing intermediate tires? Got that changed. 30 seconds left, so who will make it? Will people make it or not make it in time? Oh, my goodness. This could be close. Few drivers maybe will not be able to make it in time. They got 15 seconds to get across that line to improve their time. The Williams makes it. Mercedes makes it. And another Williams makes it, so Ted will likely start in the back of the grid. Doctor on an outlap 2. He is finished in P8 for his qualifying time for now. Unless he improves a little bit tier 2. So, but Scarenzi here will be following along with him. Yeah, Doctor not going able to improve his not going to be able to improve his time. Scarenzi though down 5 seconds, looking for a 1:34 flat time here in Suzuka. He rounds the final chicane. What time will he put on the board for the drivers to beat? It is a 1:31.972. An offline kid says retired, spins out in the hairpin and retires on track. The Mercedes, I think that's Franco, maybe not. Probably Hitch, actually. Hitch coming across the line. Hitch with a 1:39.44. Speedy right behind him with a 1:32.77. B-Dot right behind him in the McLaren, a 1:33.179, not able to improve. Ziesen with a 1:30.13. Ben Arnold with a 1:32. Mark with a 1:32.2. To Franco, the Mercedes might be back, chat, with a Mercedes 1-2 pulling it out of that. Franco and Hitch. A front row lockout here for some last second action that I was quickly trying to read from the grid. So our starting lineup, Franco and Hitch, will be a front grid lockout for the Mercedes. Ben Arnold, Ziesen, and Screnzi round out the top 5. Stamso, Mark Lax, Speedy, B-Dot, Dr. HP, or Offline Kids, and Ted. Let me quickly get this race director information too for everybody. But that is your starting grid here in Tier 1 tonight for the Intrepid Racing League Mercedes front row lockout. Franco and Hitch able to squeeze one ahead in front of these Red Bull drivers. Ziesen, who has been dominant all season long, is in P4 for qualifying. So we'll see what happens tonight, folks. But chat, do you have any possible predictions as we head into this race? Does anybody from chat have any predictions on what will happen? It looks like we have a dry race here this wonderful evening in Suzuka. So it shouldn't be too much trouble for our drivers. So, forgot about that too. Yes, Ben Arnold in Mercedes too, reserving right now. Mercedes a 1-2-3 right now, podium. Mercedes drivers would be a 1-2-3 podium too. But anybody else from chat? Any predictions? I just don't know. I never know. I honestly don't like making predictions. I like just watching it happen and just see it how it goes. You know, maybe that's how the way the cookie crumbles too. But nobody ready up just yet too. Wait until I send the message in the paddock, please. Do not ready up. Let me make that clear. Do not ready up. So, but we'll see what happens here in Suzuka. Top 5 Zonod was, I believe it was a front row lockout. Franco by Mercedes on Mercedes 1-2-3 with Franco, Hitch, and Ben Arnold slotting the first 3 slots. And then the 2 Red Bulls bringing up the rears. Ziesen and Screnzi and slotted in P4 and P5. That's your top 5 tonight going into qualifying and exiting out of qualifying too. So, we'll see what happens. Yeah, Zonod, yeah, we'll see. We're definitely in for a treat tonight. And we'll see what happens here in Tier 1 racing. So, we'll see what happens here. Too, but wait a little bit longer. Here shortly. All drivers ready up. All drivers ready up. And let's get this show on the road. Shadow did not compete in qualifying. He did not. He was a no-show tonight. No, Aston Martin is out on track too. So we'll be racing here shortly. Here tonight, the drivers, you have the green light. You can ready up for tonight. There are those wonderful beeps I can hear. Signaling 10 seconds. Until we see the 5 beautiful red lights that we'll see in Miami next weekend. Here in a few weeks that I'm so excited to see. Here we go in Suzuka. And away we go. Here, the Mercedes able to do something too. Ted getting behind and away, slipping into the inside. Lots of movement there too between all drivers. Hitch dropping down the order. Ziesen and Screnzi too dropping down the order. Actually, no, not dropping down the order. Stay the same. Oh, but the Ferraris, too, making some action on the Williams. Mark able to make a move on Stamso, too. Offline Kids too, able to make a move. Mark up into P6, coming out of turn 1. Two Stamps up, wanting to make a recovery, looking on the inside there too with the Ferrari. Trying to get touches that grass a little bit briefly with his front red. Too speedy though too. Oh, goes wide. You see the Ferrari there in the background of Stamso. The stewards, we have a good look at that. But Stamso though too, keeping it very, very close with Mark too. Oh, on the inside too is HB on B-Dot. Oh my goodness. Trying to make the overtake is the Williams driver too, side by side as we go into Spoon. B-Dot, though, able to hold position. Is he going to try and attack the other Williams? He's in a Williams sandwich, as I would like to kind of say. But, oh my goodness, a few action. Dr. B goes wide there out of the exit of Spoon. Oh my goodness. A few cool action points we've been able to see so far, and I'm already sweating. And, oh my goodness, there goes Ben Arnold on the inside of Zizan in the chicane. Zizan able to hold the position, but Ben Arnold wanting to fight back. Here he is, the Haas driver too. You see Zizan there charging his battery, defending the inside. Ben Arnold on the inside roundabout. Oh, keeping it very close between the two drivers. The two Mercedes are loving this. They want to get away as fast as possible away from Zizan because we all know how quick he is. Offline Kids and Stamps, so switching positions looks to be like tonight, but oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to quickly take off my sweatshirt in real life because I'm so hot in this right now. Okay, and we're back real quickly. Oh, whew, sweating up a storm right there, boys. Anyway, here we go. Ooh, little lockup there by Zizan going into the hairpin. Goodness gracious. A few more catching a breeze, maybe some further action in these groups. There's starting to be a little bit of a gap forming here too. Scarenzi bringing up the tail end of this front end gap to Ben Arnold, trying to maintain and stay within DRS range of this first group. Mark, though, leading this second pack too. Behind him, B-Dot, the two Williams. To B-Dot looking close too. On the inside and outside of Mark. Oh, he's thinking. Will we see an overtake by B-Dot? Oh, little love tap. Looks to be like Mark defending the outside. B-Dot, though, goes on the inside. Can Mark go for the switchback? He does, because B-Dot goes wide. Oh, my goodness. Mark able to pull away, but B-Dot leaving himself exposed to Offline Kids. Offline Kids on the inside, but the Ferrari 2 of Mark Lax also in trouble, too. 3 wide, going into turn 1. Mark falls back. B-Dot making the overtake. Not able to. Offline Kids makes it on the inside going into turn 1. Here it's Suzuka. Oh my goodness. What a wonderful piece of work we've been able to see by these two drivers. Stamso, though, too, looking very close. Beautiful wing shot from that Vegas livery to the Williams driver. Ben Arnold with a 3-second time penalty. That could be detrimental for him in this race if he wants to play the long game. To Mark with a 3-second time penalty now for track limits. Oh my word, some of these battles that we just got to see very quickly. That was entertaining too. Woo-wee! Oh, I'm going to try and keep an eye on this group out front, but these two Mercedes, Hitch and Franco, inserting themselves within this race, wanting to showcase why Mercedes is the best team, and we all know why it's the best team. Ha ha, funny. Anyway. But the two Mercedes boys are in trouble, though, because of this man right here, Zizan, who has been dominant all season long, wanting to make some magic happen. The two Mercedes sticking side by side, looking to be Team Order switch there, possibly going side by side, or the two, are they going to fight? I don't know, but they're looking very close, though, too. Zizan gonna bide his time, wait for the opportunity to strike. Is the Red Bull driver looking very, very close and rocking the cool Japan livery that we all know and love too. Ben Arnold and his teammate Scarenzi too right behind them, but we'll see what happens here this lap as these drivers are being very, very close right now. Zizan too, the closest to Franco right now, his rival this season with Mr. Zizan. Funny. Oh, a little bit of a lockup there too. Zizan might does not decide to take advantage of it just yet. But he's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. Will we see an overtake here soon? I don't know. Franco does have more battery, though, than Ziesen. So we'll see all three drivers. Hitch on the battery. Franco not. Ziesen not. Ben Arnold is. So is Scarenzi. His teammates, both Red Bull drivers, rocking the beautiful Japanese livery, too. Everybody loves that livery. Oh, so gorgeous. See, with these drivers duking out here in Suzuka, where we did see the one stop being pulled off last night in Tier 2. Saki did not have a good race yesterday, spun out, and was able to recover to a podium position. To beautiful wing shot there. Oh my goodness, of the white Red Bull front ring. As you see the two Mercedes there in the foreground, in the background too. Up ahead of Ziesen. Ziesen wanting to maintain his dominance here in this tier. I know he's not the biggest fan of Japan, but you never know with this kid. Oh, goes a little wide there at the tail exit of Sector 1. But this group of 5 sticking close together. You see Beat-On and Offline Kids there too in the background battling it out for P6. To Ziesen. Oh, goes a little wide. Maybe he's got a little grass there on those tires on the right side. Go to. But all of these drivers wanting to make something happen. And it's only a matter of time until we see a move occur. Ziesen looking dangerously close on the Mercedes. Will we see something? He goes on the inside, heading into the chicane. Oh, little contact. Both drivers lock up, though. Franco goes wide. Oh, Franco spins a little bit. Ziesen loses rear. Dropping positions, though, is the Mercedes driver. But Ziesen may have gotten the overtake, but that leaves him exposed to Ben Arnold. Scarenzi, though, wanting to defend against the Mercedes to help his teammate out. Able to do so. Ben Arnold. Oh my goodness. Franco looking on the inside of Ziesen's teammate Scarenzi. 2 making the move into turn 1. Oh my goodness, the stewards may have a good look at that. I don't know. But oh my word, I knew something was coming, and oh my goodness, what did we get? Yes, I agree, Zonod. Ziesen and Franco contact once again. Oh man, they may hate it, but we as fans always love it. So, an interesting happening of events as we see Franco, though, going by Ben Arnold. Ben Arnold, who is on the Mercedes team. Very interesting to do that. Franco losing his rears, though. Very interestingly, so was that the appropriate move? Even though Ben Arnold is driving for the Haas team right now, so something very interesting going on here tonight. So, but it looks like, though, Offline Kids and B-Dot now have inserted themselves in this front group. This top 7, though, too. Electric drivers here. Tonight, B-Dot bringing up the rear. Today, Hitch out of DRS range of Ziesen, so Ziesen not able to make a move. But Ben Arnold and everybody behind them all have DRS, so will we see an overtake soon? Once again. Who knows? Speedy overtaking his teammate Mark on the main straight. Another beautiful, lovely shot of that front wing of the white Red Bull as we're 7 laps in, 20 laps remaining here in Suzuka. Lots of action going on. Caution, Sector 1, Speedy retiring from the session. And that's the safety car. That's the safety car. Oh my goodness. Oh my, that's going to change this race up. Here's our tire data too. Will we? I highly doubt. My guess is I don't think we will see anybody pit for, maybe we will, I don't know. But, oh, the Ferrari's crowd. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, that's not good. Oh no. But will we see drivers pit? Now, all of them were rocking medium tires, so all on equal tire strength. So, who will pit under this safety car? Oh my word, this just shook things up, folks. Oh, woo-wee. Hitch and Ziesel will be the first ones to have the opportunity to pit if they decide to pit, or if they decide to stay out. But this is a free pit stop. This is like a gift. You probably should take it. Yes, Hitch goes into the pit. Ziesel goes into the pits. Franco into the pits. Ben Arnold into the pits. Strenzy, offline kids into the pits. B-Dot in the pits. Stampso coming through the chicane. Will we see him heading into the pits? Yes, we do. Mark also coming into the pits. Doctor going around, does decide to pit. Everybody opting for the hard, so we'll see if anybody else decides to pit moving forward now that everybody's kind of gotten this free pit stop. Ted, though, decides to stay out, taking a gamble and taking track position, pulling a Sunny Hayes in a way, staying out, wanting to gain some track position. Here to the young Alpine driver in P8 now too, but everybody else on fresh hard. Oh my goodness, that was a Mercedes. That was Hitch. What happened with Hitch? Why he's dropping down the order in the safety car? What just happened? Oh my goodness. That gives Ziesel clean air. Oh my word. Oh boy, this might be Ziesel's race to lose, folks. Ziesel now is clear air. Oh goodness me. Will we see another Ziesel win like we've seen a few times this season here in Tier 1? Who knows, but oh my goodness. This will be insane. Woo! Oh, a little bit of chatter going on in the paddock too by this driver too. Oh my goodness, this would be insane. Will we see, most likely we'll probably see the safety car come in this lap. Here, and we'll get back to racing. Here, after 8 laps, 1 lap under the safety car here. So, but the visual graphic is not showing up, so we may have, looks like another lap with the safety car, and we do here in Suzuka. But wouldn't be surprised here if everybody else just tries to go to the end until their tires fall off, like Lewis did in Silverstone. Ted actually now decides to head into the pits after 1 lap. He will have 1 lap fresher tires. Ziesel, though, locking up, almost hitting the safety car here too, and somehow on his overtake battery, so I don't know what's going on with the Red Bull driver. Here too, Ted coming out of the pits. At least hopefully he'll be coming out of the pits here soon and able to get those hard tires up. Maybe because of that pit stop, we may have another lap on this safety car here today. Oh, excuse me. Well, this will be an interesting battle and fight that we see here tonight, folks. In Suzuka, these first 9 laps have been 7 laps, I should say, before the safety car, before the Ferraris crashed. Is Zonon claims to be, so I did not see it though, so I do not know. But Speedy, but looks to be lots of evidence pointing to that direction with Speedy's retirement here in Suzuka. Interesting. Rumors also are saying too, according to Zonar, that Ziesel and Hitch made a little bit of, maybe a little love tap, maybe a little contact out of the pit exit too. So interesting. Looks to be Ted's caught back up with the group though. Here he is within DRS range now, so most likely I would think the safety car will head in this lap. And I don't know what happened with Hitch following down the order going wide. I do not know. Yes, safety car is in this lap, but that probably was a big mistake by the Mercedes team, because we all know how fast Ziesen is, especially in clean air, and now he's got an opportunity now to start pulling away and building that gap. The Red Bull driver, though, starts off, and here we go as we come back to you again with green lights here in Suzuka. Ziesen going a little weavly and bobbly here into turn one. Franco, though, on the back of the gearbox. Ziesen goes wide. Through goes Franco for P1. Oh my goodness, what Ziesen, what happened? Oh my word. What just happened between the two drivers? Ziesen Solz going wide into turn one, leaving the door open for Franco. Oh, and Franco makes an opportunity out of that. Ziesen will not be happy as he is aggressively trying to gain that position back, driving Max Verstappen-esque as he does. So we'll watch these two. Ben Arnold, too, inserting himself among these fast, quick drivers, too. But maybe we'll get a front row seat of this battle here from Ben Arnold's TV pod. Here, we'll watch along with him, keeping an eye on the drivers behind us, too. So, will we see a move? Excuse me. Will Ziesen try and make it happen now, or will he bide his time? No, he's going to do it now. Ben Arnold, too, gating, inserting himself for the switchback. Oh, my goodness, Ziesen and Franco side by side. Ziesen with the lockup. Oh my goodness, Ben Arnold might be able to make the switchback. Does not make the switchback, though. No position change so far. But in the main straight, here comes Offline Kids, inserting himself to the Red Bull and the Haas. Driver threatening Franco. Oh my God, 2-1 contact. Look to be between the two. Forces Ziesen to go wide. Through goes Ben Arnold. Through goes Offline Kids for that final podium position. Ziesen not happy about that. Oh my goodness. I said this was Ziesen's race to lose. Oh my gosh. What is happening? Oh my. Ziesen struggling now. Oh my goodness. Franco needs to pull a gap ahead if he wants any chance of trying to maintain a lead over this driver. Lock up by him. Very, very close between Ziesen and Offline Kids there, too. Heading out of the hairpin here in Suzuka. These top four drivers, they love racing. I can tell you that, and we love watching them. So Ziesen looking on the inside. Oh, yeah, Offline Kids, maybe ever so slightly wide. Ziesen, though, wanting to make something happen and bring himself back, catching the slipstream from Offline Kids as much as he can. To on the battery, to decides to go on the inside on the attack, locks up though, but able to make the overtake. Not actually. Offline Kids re-overtakes. Oh my goodness, and B-Dot comes in too, wanting to insert himself too, side by side with his former teammate too, 3 wide. As we head into turn one, Offline Kids able to maintain the lead. Over Ziesen, through goes B-Dot, almost not able to, but oh wow, lots of lovely nukes and battles we are seeing so far here in Suzuka, folks, and I'm absolutely loving it. Holy cow. Oh my word. Ooh, lock up there by the Haas driver of the night. But let me catch it quick. This is insane. This is the action we want. This is the action the people want, and I'm here to give it to you. To the best of my ability, here tonight in Suzuka, as you want. Like we said all night long, Ziesen has been the driver to beat, though, but Franco, too, long-awaited rival to him, though, too. Looks to be very close. Ben Arnold looking to possibly make a move on him. Offline kids 2 very close. Season 2 very close. All 4 drivers will have DRS. Season trying to get the slipstream from Offline kids, but B-Dot trying to defend against Scorenzi, Season's teammate. The 2. Scorenzi not able to make the move into turn 1, and with Hitch 2 right behind him. These 3 battling out for the final position in that top 5 too. B-Dot holding it right now. Season though very close to Offline kids. You see Franco and Ben Arnold, they're up ahead of them too. But you gotta be patient. You gotta be patient here and pick the opportunity. You just cannot make mistakes. You need to make sure your opponents make mistakes first, not you here at this track, in my humble opinion. So you always have to stay locked in because you never know what could happen. You got a safety car early in this race here in lap 7. The 2 Ferraris having some contact with Speedy retiring from the session. Marcus teammate able to stay in the race for a solid P9 right now, but he does have a 3-second time penalty. 2, there are the penalties. Ben and Mark, 3-second time penalty 2. And here's the position changes so far. Offline kids are moving up the ladder very, very quickly. Zeezen at one point did lead. Ben Arnold, though, looking to be aggressive, makes the overtake, too, on oh my goodness, Alaka, too, Offline kids, inserting himself into this conversation, loses his rears a little bit, too. There, Zeezen might have the opportunity. This might be the opportunity he's looking for, but he's low on battery, but so is everybody else. To Ben Arnold retaking the lead, or no, taking the lead away from Franco, the Mercedes man himself. Offline kids looking to the back of that Mercedes driver here as we head to the S's of Sector 1 in lap 14 here with 13 laps remaining here in Suzuka. Boy, oh boy, this has been an exhilarating race. We'll watch with all of you tonight. Oh my goodness. This front 4, B-Dot, Scorenzi 2 now lurking in the shadows right behind Zeezen. Hitch 2 lurking behind. This group of 4 has now turned into 7. Will we see some magic happening? We'll probably see some good fights. So this will be, we'll try to get you all the action as best as possible. So, but let me try and get some swig of something so I don't lose my voice. But Scorenzi knows Zeezen looking on the inside of the Williams, possibly not able to want to make the move. Beautiful grass shot of all of those cars and drivers driving through the long left-hander of Suzuka. We go starting lap 15 here. Lots of drivers are close. B-Dot's very close to Zeezen, his former teammate on McLaren. Here, so, but not nobody making any moves. I lied. Ben Arnold possibly looking on the inside of Franco, but not going to make the move here going into the S's tonight. I don't know why my thing is glitching and saying that it is caution in Sector 1. There's no caution in Sector 1 right now, which I don't like that that's happening right now. I don't know if that's like that glitch. I'm so sorry, folks, that is happening. But oh, Zeezen goes wide! Oh my, and B-Dot. Oh wow! B-Dot takes advantage and slots himself into P4. I don't know what was going on with Zeezen. Oh my! It could have been Scorenzi too, because they're both in the same livery. So I could be completely wrong. That's Zeezen, I know. Zeezen rocks number 2, Scorenzi rocks number 13. Getting under attack by Hitch, the Mercedes driver. Able to make the move cleanly, but if Scorenzi has something about it, he most likely is not going to fight back without a fight. Very close on the inside of the Mercedes. You see a lockup there ahead. Lockup 2 by the Mercedes of Hitch. Hitch defending brilliantly from the Red Bull. Not able to make the move. Getting a look ahead at our leaders. Here to Ben Arnold. Here to Scorenzi making the move over against Hitch. Into turn 1 here in Suzuka. This top 7 just hungry for more. I probably think so too. Zizin's definitely probably driving angry right now. So, but oh wow, Franco though is taking advantage of this opportunity though. With this, leading the race with almost 10 laps remaining here in Suzuka tonight. A little bit of lock up there by B-Dot. But all these drivers are some of the best of the best and have been for some time. To B-Dots. Rocking the normal McLaren livery too tonight. Wanting to get some more points on the board for McLaren. McLaren and Solz wanting him to make some noise here too with one driver here in Tier 1. And he's very consistently here too. Racing for the McLaren driver too. Lock up there, I think maybe by Offline Kids though too. Up ahead of him, but looking very close. He is the Williams driver. Against the Haas of Ben Arnold. Ben Arnold has a lot more battery than Offline Kids does. Zizin though looking. Wanting to make some headway, not able to make the move. Going into turn 1. For that P4 position where B-Dot is right now. We'll move this. Right there, there's your 10 laps remaining here in Suzuka, and what an exhilarating race we've had so far tonight, folks. Little bird's eye view of everybody's season there. B-Dot, Offline Kids, Ben Arnold, Scarenzi there behind his teammate, and Hitch too, and Franco up ahead. Zizin's rival you see there into the hairpin. Little lock up there too, and once again by B-Dot. There is Franco there in the background leading this race right here too. These top 7 drivers all very, very close within each other. So this is going to be a race we won't soon forget. So will somebody shake and bake and make something happen as Franco goes wide? Leaving an opportunity for Ben Arnold. Offline Kids too wanting to make a move. Side by side is the Williams and the Mercedes. Not anymore. Franco defending brilliantly against the Williams driver. B-Dot and Zizin biding their time too. Franco locks up a little bit briefly going into the chicane. All drivers centimeters within each other. Oh my goodness. We might have a lead change. Franco side by side with Ben Arnold making the move. Offline Kids right behind him too. B-Dot and Zizin too. Oh my. Zizin on the inside. Keeping it with B-Dot in the S's. Oh my goodness. Zizin makes the move going into P4. B-Dot not going to be happy losing out to his former teammate like that. Hitch though looking close too. Almost side by side with the Red Bull of Scarenzi, but not able to make the move. Will be the Mercedes driver. Oh my goodness, folks. This is why we love racing! Oh, this is getting me amped up. This is going to be a great finish. I can already tell, folks. Oh, my word. Let me continue getting some liquids and fluids, too. Oh, look, a little ice there, too. Ooh, my drink. Hitch with a 3-second time penalty, though. Now, just as a reminder, here's our penalties. 3 seconds for Ben Arnold, Hitch, and Mark. Right now, and here's our tires. Zizin making the move on Ben Arnold while I'm talking about tire information into the chicane. And is he able to hold it? He is. Offline Kids, though, too. Side by side with the Mercedes. Making the move into turn 1. Oh, my. Ben Arnold, too, wanting to fight back a little bit there, too, but with the Red Bull driver, Zizin just wanting to make some ground up and to improve upon his position right now. He has slotted himself on the podium. But my boy, Offline Kids, in the lead of this race. Way to go, buddy. Way to go. If you don't know, I'm the current team, Williams team principal right now. So, much support for my drivers. Way to go. Offline Kids, stamp, so keep hanging in there, bud. Hang in there, champ. Hang in there, bud. But these top 7 drivers, they're giving us a race to remember, folks, tonight. I do not know, Zonod. I genuinely don't know. So this might be a first. This might be a first if this happens. I don't know. I have no idea. Lewis will probably have to speak more on that. And it's probably listed somewhere in the trophy cam or somewhere in the server too. If Williams has won a Tier 1 race. So, who knows? But all these drivers staying close together. To lock up there by one of them. Excuse me as I'm yawning once again. Scarada, welcome to this race too. It's all kicking off now, isn't it? Yes, it is. Oh my goodness, Franco looking to be weaving and bobbing a little bit too. Eyeing up Franco, but he's got Zizen, his rival, championship rival, right behind him too. He's got to worry about that in the last 7 laps of this race here tonight in Tier 1. I swear if my cat goes in my bathroom. He already did it once, which is why I'm muted. Oh my, wait, Ben Arnold boxed. Wait, what? Why did he box? I missed that. I'm so sorry, folks. Ben Arnold has boxed. Oh my. We're going to keep the time to make sure probably most for the... I do not... Wow. Very interesting move by Ben Arnold to box the 7 laps remaining. But these tires, though, are definitely worn. You can see Mr. Zizen's tires here. His fronts and his rears definitely look a little worn here, too. But they probably are going to be able to go the distance, too. So... shall see what happens here tonight. Oh my goodness, Hitch looking against Scarenzi, makes the overtake cleanly into turn 1 for the Mercedes team to get himself into the top 5. Scarenzi, though, wanting to not able to make anything happen because of it, but nice overtake there by Hitch, the Mercedes man. Not defending him. Franco here too, keeping up with offline kids. Offline kids trying to just build a gap and just hold the lead right now at this race, and tire save as best as he can to get himself, I believe, would be his first win here. Oh my, he's got a 3-second time penalty now. Oh my, he shot himself in the foot. Now he really has to build that gap. And this is wonderful news to Franco and Zizen too, because if he finishes first, he ain't going to finish first. Franco and Zizen have an opportunity here for the win, and they're fighting for it now, unless offline kids can build a gap enough to get himself the win. But Franco and Zizen are some of the fastest drivers I know. B-Dot there too in the background, right behind Zizen. Is outside of DRS range by that driver, but this just got a little bit more spicy here tonight there. Hitch looking against the McLaren driver too. There's Scarenzi too, try to get the slipstream from the Mercedes driver. You see the Mercedes man making the overtake cleanly, 2 laps back-to-back overtaking for P5 and P4 respectively now. Trying to help his teammate out. Ben Arnold with the fastest lap, most likely what his time is going to be. As you see, Dr. 2 also on soft tires too, probably just going for some fastest time too. Yeah, that's what it looks like too. This is Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton 2021, battling it out once again. Some shades of this happening here in the Intrepid Racing League. Tier 1, both drivers locking up there, heading into the hairpin too of this track. Franco getting ever so slightly closer to the Williams driver, though, if you can tell. So, but oh my goodness, what an exhilarating race we've been able to see and enjoy so far. 5 laps to go here in Suzuka. Ladies and gentlemen, grab your popcorn, grab your hot dogs, grab whatever food you want to eat, chow down, sit back and relax. Franco with the lockup, and enjoy the remaining 4 laps now of this race here in Suzuka, because it's gonna be awesome. Oh my, Zonod, that's on you, bro. But, oh my word, I'm exhilarated. Franco, though, within 2.5 tenths of the Williams driver Ziesen, trying to maintain himself up in that gap too. Builds a gap, though, between him and Hitch to beat out once more points for his team, wanting to get something for the McLaren team. Ziesen, though, who seems to have most likely been driving angry a lot all night, has struggled but is able to improve and bounce back and recover, slotting himself in that final podium position. He qualified P4 as a reminder for everybody too. Franco, though, losing time out from Offline Kids. Offline Kids seems to be putting on the afterburners a little bit too. He does have a 3-second time penalty though, folks, but does he have enough time to build that gap enough? And looks like he probably won't, because that gap, that slow 2 tenths plus more gap has faded away too. Franco within 6 tenths. Ziesen within 6 tenths. Now within 5 tenths, 4 tenths. Now is the Red Bull driver. Franco, though, 7.5 tenths away from the Williams driver. Will we see an overtake here soon? It's only a matter of time, it feels like here. And it's going to come down to who manages their battery better. Right now to the top 3, Franco has the most energy deployment ready for this main straight here tonight. Lap 24. Here we go. Catching some more fluids here too, so I'm not losing my voice. Going in 3 laps remaining here in Suzuka. Franco within 2 tenths of the Williams, 3 tenths now. Ziesen trying to maintain that pace, maintain that gap. Offline Kids just wanting to get ahead as far and as fast as he can, but he has a 3-second time penalty to do so. So this is Franco's win to lose right now, unless Ziesen wants to make some noise and have them duke it out here in these final remaining laps. Here tonight, only time will tell what happens. Franco, a little bit of a lockup there going into the hairpin section of Suzuka in Sector 2 as we head into Spoon. Here from Suzuka, these 3 drivers want to do something. All 3 stay on track, but those hard tires are worn on Ziesen's car. Same too with the Mercedes of Franco. Same with the Williams of HP too. But these 3 have been all involved with an entertainment too. Toasty might be busy this week with this race and everything too, and the paddock might have some yapping going on after this race too. But we'll see what happens, and we'll all enjoy it like we always do. 2 laps remaining here. It's Bob Franco goes on the outside. Overtaken for the lead. Ziesen goes wide. Oh, and he's lost time. Oh, no. Offline Kids, though, keeping it very close with him, too. But this guarantees a Franco win if he's able to maintain this lead. HP wanting to HP Offline Kids, I'm going to say it both because that's how the both nicknames I know him by. Wanting to stay close and maybe just have that first place win for pride. But Ziesen, oh no, this driver, oh my goodness gracious. Franco defending brilliantly against the Williams. Offline Kids wanting to get back that first place position back. Will he be able to do it before this race ends? I do not know, folks. We're lap 25 out of 27 here today in Suzuka. The top 6 have lasted on their hard tires since the safety car that happened in lap 7. So we'll see what happens. Offline Kids wanting to go on the inside. Franco defending very brilliantly. Ziesen has made some ground up too. Him and Offline Kids do have similar batteries right now, Both drivers on it, wanting to make something happen. Hitch, though, to B-Dot. You see there, too, in the P5 position. Hitch trying to catch up to try and help his teammate, possibly from the Williams driver, that he's getting some pressure from here today. But pressure makes diamonds, folks, and will Franco find himself a diamond with this win here in Suzuka with one more lap remaining as we head into lap 26 here tonight in Suzuka. Woo-wee. Oh my word, this is gonna be exhilarating. 80 more Floyd Stamp, so making an overtake looks to be on Mark Lax for P8. So, but Franco still locking up into that hairpin, and that's costing him time too against and precious tire. His precious hard tires too, long hard tires, long stint for this top 6 drivers here as we round into the penultimate straights. I think Franco going a little wide there too. Interesting tactic. I don't know if he's trying to break slipstream from Offline Kids, but here we go. Big lockup though by the Mercedes man too. Giving an opportunity. Ziesen and Offline Kids look very close, but here we go. The final lap is underway here in Suzuka. Will there be any drama that happens on this main straight? Maybe Offline Kids looking on the outside, not able to make some magic too. As we head into Sector 1, Franco still ahead. Keep in mind, too, Offline Kids does have a 3-second time penalty too, so he will drop down the order very quickly too once this race is completed. So, but Franco leading this race right now. Started P1 out of qualifying. Has lots of battery too. Wanting to make a statement for the Mercedes team here tonight as we exit out of Sector 1 into Sector 2. Heading into the chicane. Heading into the hairpin. He's locked up a lot here tonight. Will he lock up again? He does again. Giving an opportunity for the drivers behind him. Hitch his teammate you see there. B.2, Ziesen, right behind Offline Kids, who's right behind Franco, your race leader here tonight as we keep an eye on Franco here. Offline Kids, they are behind him. Heading into Spoon, they all keep it on track. Hitch goes wide a little bit there too, but he's got a 3-second time penalty too. So does Ben Arnold, so does Mark, so does Offline Kids too. The final straight, everybody using all the battery flat out too, but this man here, Franco, showing his pace, showing his dominance, able to make and outlast all the others here in Suzuka. Franco wins the Japanese Grand Prix. HB finishes P2, Ziesen P2 because of that penalty. B-Dot will round out your podium sitters. Hitch slots himself behind Offline Kids. Scorenzi P6. Ben Arnold P7. Coming around the final corner, lovely Tier 2 race for him. Stamso rocking the beautiful Vegas livery, coming around the chicane too, up ahead of Mark to the Ferrari driver. Slots himself into P8. Mark able to recover a poor race from the Ferrari team up into P9. Doctor and Ted 2 still able to keep it on track. Both drivers able to hopefully finish this race tonight. There goes Doctor coming through the final chicane, and here goes Ted. Ted with a 3-second time penalty because of that. There goes Doctor, and here comes Ted. But this man here, Franco, is your race winner tonight in Tier 1 here in Suzuka. He was first in qualifying. He's first tonight in this race. Oh my, what a lovely set of battles we got to see tonight. And here are the podium celebrations too. Here's Franco on the stage. B-Dot and Ziesen, 2 former teammates, to very much a Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton 2021-esque type of battle we have seen between Franco and Ziesen this season too. B-Dot though able to insert himself too. Lovely podium celebrations. Champagne for everybody. Lots of champagne for everybody here tonight in Suzuka. Oh my goodness, chat. We've had a wonderful race Wonderful entertainment. These drivers know how to cook. Your race winner, Franco, Ben Arnold with the fastest lap driver of the day and most overtakes to go to Offline Kids. Here tonight, Franco, Z's, and B Dots, Offline Kids and Hitch. That's your top 5. Scarenzi, Ben Arnold, Stamsa, Mark Lax, Dr. Round out your top 10. Ted and Speedy with the DNF 2 here. We're going to get this race director information for the stream. So that way we have it for all of us, admin teams. But here, that's your final finisher. Franco, Zizin, B-Dots, your top 3 Offline Kids and Hitch. Round out your top 5. Scarenzi, Ben Arnold, Stamsa, Mark Lax, Dr. Ted, and Speedy. Finish up the grid of your... Finish up the last part of the standing, the finishers here today in Japan. But I have been your host and commentator, Shiesty 951, where next week we'll see you for Tier 1, Tier 3, and Tier 4 Tuesday night for Abu Dhabi, as we get very, very close to the end of Season 6 here with only 4 more races remaining. But I've been your host and commentator, Shiesty 951. We'll see you Tuesday night.